fight fans, welcome back to the MMA Wiz Kid, where a kid calls the fights before the pros do. I'm Brody, your host, and introducing, fighting out of the red corner. He's standing at 6 foot whatever, weighing in, and don't worry about it, with a record of 1,000 snacks combined and 0 leftovers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's the reigning, defending, undisputed snack weight champion of the world, Snackosaurus Rex!
Let's go.
Today we're recapping UFC Fight Night, Evloev versus Murphy, and looking ahead at UFC Fight Night, Adesanya versus Pyfer. Let's dive into it.
So I think we should start by talking off last week.
Yeah.
You know, who was in the main event last week?
In the main event, Movsar Evloev defeated Lerone the Miracle Murphy by majority decision. Or, as I like to say it in my Bruce Buffer voice, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. The judges score the contest. 49-46, 49-46, and 47-47 for the winner by majority decision, Movsar Evloev.
I didn't score it that way.
I thought it was a draw.
Yeah, I thought it probably was a draw. Or Lerone might have won still. But.
Well, he won the first 2 rounds, but then in the 3rd round was that low blow, and that was the point deduction.
Yeah, but the judges, a couple of them gave that first round to Movsar.
I didn't really see anything happen in that first round, really. And Movsar, he didn't look good in the first 2 rounds. And then in the 3rd round, he all of a sudden decided to show up. And then they just start wrestling again?
Yeah.
But he didn't start wrestling until the 4th round.
Well, I mean, technically, he outstruck.
Yes, 128 to 98.
Wow.
I mean, in the 3rd round, Lerone was almost knocked out.
Yeah, it was close.
Oof.
I mean, and Lerone popped his hip, I think, in the 4th round. And kudos to him for his toughness. I mean, it was a great fight. You could tell that Movsar is really trying to become a better striker so that fans will want to see him.
I mean, that was definitely an improvement on the striking.
Well, he didn't have any takedowns in the first couple rounds. He didn't even try.
No.
Everybody's like, when's he going to implement his game plan?
I know. I mean, what was Movsar's initial game plan at the beginning? Was it just to be lazy, relax, don't have to worry about all that cardio stuff, and then you start wrestling in the 4th round?
Hey, you got Volkanovski talking about him. It looks like both of those 2 guys are going to be matched up.
Yeah, they said either July or August. I think it's August.
Do you think so?
Because I don't think that's going to happen in International Fight Week, because they do not want to see a wrestler versus a wrestler 5 rounds.
Now, Volk's going to bring the action. I don't think Volk would be wrestling heavy in that fight. Volk would do everything in his power to stay on his feet. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think Volk would be able to defend all the takedowns from Movsar. Plus, Movsar does not like to keep his opponents down on the ground for that long. I mean, he only holds Lerone Murphy for 3 minutes and 2 seconds through the entire fight.
Yeah, well, I think his game plan was completely different than before.
Yeah.
I mean, it was strike heavy. Let me take him down. Let me try and wear him out a little bit. But let me get him back to the feet. Like, he let him up in certain situations.
No, that's how he always does it in all of his fights.
Okay.
Except in the Aljamain fight, he didn't really necessarily let him up.
Yeah.
Because in that fight, he had like 10 minutes of control time.
Hey, kudos to him. Big win.
Yeah.
Right? Who was the co-main event last week?
In the co-main event, Luke Riley defeated Michael Aswell Jr. by unanimous decision.
Big win for him. He's young, right?
Yeah.
And co-main event in his 2nd UFC fight?
He's one of 3 people in the entire UFC to fight in a co-main event in like their 2nd fight. Wow. And those 2 other people were Eddie Alvarez and Brock Lesnar. And both Eddie and Brock lost in that fight.
So Luke is the only person to win in that stat that you were just delivering. Is that right?
I think he actually might fight in the main event next, because already, if you go from feature prelim to co-main event that fast, that means you have a lot of stardom and a lot of fans behind you.
Well, is he riding the coattails of Paddy Pimblett, though?
I think so.
They're training partners, is that right?
They are training partners. And fun fact, that was the only fight that Paddy cornered that night.
Okay. Because this fight was in England, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the Englanders didn't do so good today, but we'll talk about that a little later in the show.
And do you even want to talk about that fight that happened before that, or do you want to...
I'll give them a little spoiler.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to watch this fight between MVP versus Sam Patterson. It is one of the most boring fights in UFC history. Let's give them an award. Woo!
Yeah, it was a rough one. You know, it doesn't look good for him because he's the star out of the two. But Sam Patterson didn't bring the action. I guess they were former training partners.
Yeah.
And so you could tell he's like, hey, if I don't bring the action, he's not going to be able to counterpunch me.
Patterson only landed 18 significant strikes, folks.
Well, how many did MVP land?
He landed 22.
Ooh, a whopping 22. I mean, it takes two people to fight, right?
Yeah, but that was not the fight.
No, that was rough. But anyway, I don't think we need to waste any more time on that. What was the fight before that one?
Before that, Ivo Barkanoski. He just showing that he belongs, and he showed that by knocking out Austin Lane in 28 seconds.
Wow.
How do you knock somebody out that fast?
And this isn't the first time this guy's done it, right?
Yes! How do you do it 2 times in a row, have a big finish in both fights?
I mean, he's definitely getting his name to the top of the list real fast.
Yeah. And by the way, I think Austin Lane's getting kicked out of the UFC.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's had a rough past several fights, right?
Yeah.
Got 1 win out of his last 5 or something.
Yeah.
But, hey, he got to do it, you know? He used to play for the Jags, too, so... I mean, he's had a career in professional sports, man. He's made some money, so hey, let's see if he keeps on fighting and goes to another promotion or what. But big win for Iwa, and let's see what happens next. Who do you think he's going to get next?
I think he's probably might get a main event next.
You think so? Do you think they're going to put him in like top 15 type people?
Yeah, I think he's
what?
going to put him in top 15. I think they might put him against Jamal Hill.
No.
Yeah, they're going to probably put him against Jamal Hill.
Wow.
Nick Maynard, Sean Shelby, put Evo against Jamal Hill.
What do you
Main
think
event.
happens? What do you think happens in that fight?
I think Evo is probably going to knock out Jamal Hill in the first round.
Wow.
Late
Okay.
first round.
Well, first, let's see if it happens, right? And second, you might be right. You know, I don't think any of us will put anything past the MMA Wiz Kid at this point, right? Who was before that?
Before that, Christian Leroy Duncan got into the rankings for the first time and defeating Roman Dolidze.
Hey, I thought Roman Dolidze was going to be too much, but apparently I was wrong.
Well, Dolidze really showed his wrestling in the third round. I mean, but he's got to do something on the ground if he wants to get that win.
Yeah, you could tell he clearly wanted to get a heel hook in that fight.
Oh man, but they kept going for spinning back elbows.
Yeah, but Leroy Duncan, man, that guy is so light on his feet. He is such a fun fighter to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, so now you're saying he's top 15.
He's now the number 11 right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So who do you think he gets next?
I think he probably gets a top 10 guy. I think he might fight Jared Cannonier or someone like that.
Ooh, good one. I like that pick. Man, that'd be fun. Well, what do you think happens to Roman Dolidze, though? I mean, he's had a couple...
He's now not in the rankings.
Man, Father Time is undefeated. But as you get older, and once you start getting that momentum goes down... But it's nice seeing these young guys that are coming up and really making a name for themselves and doing it fast. So we shall see, right?
We shall see. And in the main card opener, Danny Silva defeated Curtis the Pink Panther Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh no, bad debut for Curtis Campbell. I mean, he was the second fighter in UFC history to wear pink shorts, and then he just messed that all up.
That's tough, man. You get a lot of attention with those pink shorts.
And
right?
he's from England.
Yeah, you know, he wanted that win. I mean, you can tell he's a wrestle-heavy guy, so he's got some things to work on, but he's only 23?
Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah, so he's young, and he trains with Patty Pimblett and that team, so hey, now he's in the UFC. Clearly he got a contract, so he's probably got at least 3 fights on there. Yeah. So we'll get to see him again, and hopefully he can prove himself.
Probably.
And how about on the prelims? I think... maybe there was one fight that stood out to both of us. Do you want to talk about that?
If you have not watched the UFC before, that was the fight to watch. And that fight was Mason Jones versus Axel Sola.
Axel Sola was undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Mason Jones has been in many wars in the UFC before. And this one lived up to every bit of the hype going into it.
Oh, yeah. But the way Mason Jones beat Axel Sola, I mean, he lost the first round like all of his other UFC fights. He always loses the first round somehow. Yep. And then in the second and third round, he just wins. I mean, it was a war.
Well, he needs somebody to really test his chin to wake him up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looked really good. They were so high on him, and he is huge at that division. So I'm excited to keep watching him because he really proved that he is a warrior. Because sometimes you're undefeated, you go in there, maybe you haven't been tested like that. Like, he didn't quit, he didn't give up. But Mason Jones just proved the warrior that he is. So, great fight.
Yeah, it was basically the Stephen Bonner versus Forrest Griffin.
That's big accolades right there.
Yeah.
And I agree. It was one I definitely want to watch again.
Yeah.
All right, any other prelims, or do you want to go ahead and jump into this coming weekend?
Let's jump into next weekend.
Okay, who's on the main event for this coming weekend?
In the main event, Israel, the last stylebender Adesanya, is taking on Joe Pyfer.
Man, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, talk about Izzy for a minute. Like, who were Izzy's most recent fights? Now, Izzy's been a former champion, right?
Yeah, 2-time.
Okay, and now how many title defenses did he have? Do you know?
He had 5 successful title defenses, but his last 3 title fights, though, he lost all of them.
Really? To who? Name them.
The first one was Pereira in the 5th round of UFC 281. And after that, he beat Pereira. And then after that, he lost to Sean Strickland. And then after that, he lost to Duplessis. And after that, he lost to Imavov.
Okay.
And that was a year ago.
So he's had a tough run, but he was at the top. I mean, he came in like superstar status, right? He had a couple fights. Next thing you know, he's main eventing, gets the title.
He was 20-0. And then when he took that fight to light heavyweight, that changed it.
Against Jan Blachowicz,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but I mean, he beat the likings of Robert Whitaker.
Romero, Paulo Costa, Anderson
Kelvin
Silva.
Gastelum in that war. You remember that one?
Yeah, oh man, Kelvin Gastelum is that knocked down.
I mean, he's earned being a superstar in this sport, right?
Yeah.
And so now I just hope he can get his name back, you know? But he's fighting against somebody in Joe Pyfer that he's a warrior, kind of like a Mason Jones. Like, you're not going to see that guy give up.
No, he definitely didn't give up in his last fight when he beat Abuz Magomedov at UFC 320 by rear naked choke. I mean, he lost the first round badly. In the beginning of the fight, Abuz went for the pressure. Pyfer was right here. He switched it around. Pyfer went for the takedown. He got the takedown, but Abuz reversed it. And then that was how it was the rest of the round. But then in the last 10 seconds, Pyfer was able to get up and then land some nasty shots. And the referee almost stopped the fight.
Wow.
But then in the second round, he just started off like he did it when he ended the round. Boom, 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 boom. He knocked him down, got on the wrestling, tried to go for an arm triangle, but he failed that. Then it was just a lot of wrestling and a lot of control from Pyfer. And then near the end of the round, he went for that rear naked choke, and that was it.
Tap, 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 tap. It is all over, folks.
It is all over.
Yeah, I mean, and he's fun. Like, you know, he got his name in the Contender Series, right?
Yeah.
And, like, he came in, no money, was just desperate and looking for an opportunity to win, right?
Yeah.
Got a couple opportunities, and next thing you know, Dana White's like, hey, man, this guy wants to fight all the time. So he became a fan. Next thing you know, he's becoming big time into the UFC. So it's a big fight for him. I mean, because he's been on this climb for these past couple years.
He's 6-1 in the UFC. His only loss was to Jack Hermanson at UFC Fight Night. Hermanson versus Pyfer. He lost rounds against Jack Hermanson.
Well, that was a dominant win for Hermanson.
Yeah, but now look at Hermanson now, and he's not looking very good.
No, and styles make fights. I mean, he was just pretty much the style that could beat Pyfer, but Pyfer needed that. And Pyfer trains, I think he trains out of Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
And up there where Paul Felder trained and all that.
I think Dean Thomas trains him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on the same team as
Hey,
Dean.
so he's being trained by the right guys,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm excited about it. Hopefully it's an action-packed fight.
Yeah.
Piper's going to bring it. Adesanya's going to counter-strike and do what he does. So may the best man win.
Yes.
Who's the co-main event next weekend?
In the co-main event, this one's a rematch, and that rematch is between Alexa Grasso, the former champ, and the rising contender, Macy Barber.
Yeah, I remember when they booked that one, right? And
That was back in 2021.
Wow. And so what's happened with Macy Barber? Because she's been out for a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
she had some medical issues, like she was originally scheduled to face Erin Blanchfield last year, and then she couldn't fight.
It was the night of, right?
So basically, she backed out of that fight right before the walkouts.
Well, I think they said she had like a seizure in the back.
Oh.
And so the medical team made her not be able to fight. When you're having medical issues like that, clearly the weight cut was rough. And
She missed weight. She lost
hopefully-
20% of her purse.
Wow. hopefully for her, this is a comeback for her then. I mean, it's a big competition. She beat Alexa Grasso. Where does she go from there? Title fight. So, huge implications here.
Yeah, and in Barbara's last fight, she beat Corinne Silva by unanimous decision at UFC 323.
So, how many fights has it been since Grasso was the champion?
Well, it's been 2 fights.
Okay.
In Grasso's last fight, she lost to Natalia Silva, but Grasso lost all 3 rounds. 30-27, all 3 judges.
Man, do you think she became the champ, and then after that she just kind of died off, or what
Well,
happened?
before she became the champ, she beat Vivian Arajo. That was before she fought for the title. And then when she fought against Valentina Shevchenko, she submitted her. I mean, the world was shocked. And then they got the rematch. It went to a draw. And when they fought for the 3rd time at Noche UFC, Valentina won the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, Valentina dominated that 3rd fight.
She did. I mean, Valentina knows how to win. She knows how to learn from her previous mistakes.
Oh,
and clearly she
deaf.
turned it. Right. So Valentina's still the champ, right?
Yeah.
And so now you got a big fight between Grasso and Macy Barber. What do you think's going to happen in this fight? Do you think it's a tale of 2 fights? Is Macy Barber going to try and take her down, and Grasso's going to try and keep it on?
Well,
the
I
feet?
think this is all about revenge for Barber because Barber lost the first fight badly, 30-27, 29-28, 29-28.
Okay.
Yeah. So she wants to get that comeback win and then fight for the title.
Do you remember that first fight?
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure and wrestling from Grasso and a little bit of striking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we get a big fight. Hopefully it's exciting, right?
Yeah.
Who's the fight before that one?
Before that, Michael Maverick Chiesa going out in his retirement fight in Seattle, Washington for the 2nd time, and he's taking on Nico Price. And by the way, Carlston Harris backed out of the fight just last week during the Evloev versus Murphy fight. And now Nico Price fighting the 2nd time this year, and he just fought in February.
And that was a short notice fight then too, right?
Yeah, when he lost by knockout.
Yeah. Hey, Nico Price is a warrior, man, and he's going to bring it. So regardless of this being short notice or not, Nico Price is coming to try and take Michael Chiesa's
this is
head
Michael
off.
Chiesa's 21st UFC fight.
Wow. I remember meeting Michael Chiesa, and it was like 6 years ago, right? He still had his long hair and all that. And so it's pretty cool to watch his journey. But he's fun, man, and he's just only gotten better. You could tell, like, him being an analyst has only made him smarter in the cage.
Yeah.
Like, because the way he fights now is completely different than before. And his striking is good. His jiu-jitsu and wrestling is great.
Yeah, and he's coming on a 3-fight win streak, and the first name on the win streak was Tony Ferguson.
Wow.
Submitted Tony Ferguson in the first round very quick. Then after that, he beat Max Griffin at UFC 310, and then after that, he beat Court McGee, who was kind of a boring decision win for him, but hey, he won.
He won. He's got 3 in a row, and he's looking for 4 to go out into the sunset. Huh?
Yeah, but on the other end, Nico Price coming off 3 straight losses in the UFC.
Yeah, but you can never count Nico Price
He's
out.
8-10-2 in the UFC, and one of those no contests was to Donald Cerrone and Michel Pereira.
Well, he goes out there, and he just swings.
Yeah.
And if he catches you, you're going out.
Well, he hasn't really showed a knockout in a long time.
It's been a minute, but if you remember his fights before, that guy, man, he's just always fun to watch.
You mean when he beat Alex Morono?
Yeah.
That was his last win. And that was 2 years ago.
One.
2 years ago, last win.
It's true. It happens.
Well, Michael Chiesa was in like the same scenario. He was on a 3-fight losing streak. The second name on that losing streak was Sean Brady, and then the one after that was Kevin Holland. I mean, so it's not terrible names to lose to.
Nope.
But he lost to Holland by submission.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. But he's been a commentator, right?
Yeah.
And he's
The
really
analyst.
good at it. He's fun to watch and listen on there.
He's the main commentator for UFC BJJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's developed a little career that he can go off to after retiring.
And
right?
he's 38. I mean, I thought he was 40 or something.
Yeah.
Because looking at all his record.
Hey, big exciting fight. Whoever wins, may the best man win.
Yes.
Should be a good one. Who's before that?
Before that, Mansur Abdul Malik is taking on Hiroshi Belgari. I mean, that is definitely going to be a striker's delight because looking on Belgari's side, he's coming off a knockout win over Amzat Bakoya. He's one of the main training partners for Pereira, who's fighting for the heavyweight title. And then you got Movsar Evloev, who's from Extreme Couture, and he has been looking hot in his last fight. I mean, looking in his last fight when he guillotine choked Antonio Chocolate in his last fight.
Yeah.
And then before that, he got in a no contest with Cody Brundage. He really won the fight, though, by knockout. But why did they...
I think they said it was a clash of heads that led to the knockout.
Oh, that's why Brundage looked like this.
Yeah. But Malik is huge. And like you said, he's got great training partners. So he trains with Brad Tavares in Extreme Couture, and he brings the fight, and he's super explosive. So I'm excited to see that fight. I'm excited to see what these guys do. It's definitely going to be a striker's fight.
And it's not going to go to the decision box.
So did you say this might be your fight to watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how about before Malik? Who's before that one?
Before that, Terrence T-Rex McKinney is taking on Kyle Nelson.
Ooh, the Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Wow. T-Rex McKinney is all action. He's coming and take your head off as soon as the bell rings.
Well, he always tries that, but he always loses cardio and it gets knocked out.
That's right. So we'll see. Kyle Nelson's a warrior, and he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen in this fight?
I think at the beginning of the fight, Chris is going to want to go to the cage, and then he's just going to want to throw some bombs.
Well, regardless, this one's going to be all action. It's going to be from start to finish.
And this one's probably not going to last long.
Yeah, however long that is, right?
Yes, and Kyle Nelson's coming off a unanimous decision over Matt Favola in Paris. It really was a knockout in the last second of the first round, but it was after the bell rang.
Yeah. So, big fight, another big one. I mean, are we to the prelims yet, or is this still main card?
This is the main card opener.
Okay, so now who is the featured prelim fight?
In the featured prelim, Ignacio Bahamondes is taking on Taufik Musayev. Taufik Musayev is the one that lost to Miktabek Orabai in June last year, and Miktabek Orabai wrestled the mess out of him. First round submission. I mean, he just dominated that fight.
Well, after watching the way Orabai fought against Chris Curtis, right?
Yeah.
And what he did to him
It doesn't
at a
look that
weight
bad.
class up above, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
doesn't
not
look that
surprised, man. He's a great wrestler. But it'll be fun. I mean, Bahamondes is
A great
warrior.
striker.
Yeah.
He's coming off a loss over Rafael Fiziev last year.
Yeah, and a great fight.
Yeah, it was definitely a great fight. It was a lot of wrestling from Fiziev too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Fiziev's now not in the rankings.
Yeah.
Gone.
Doesn't take long, does it?
Yeah.
But that'll be a big fight. What about before that? It looks like you got Chase Hooper's on the card.
And Chase Hooper is taking on Lance Gibson Jr. in a lightweight bout. Lance Gibson Jr., former Bellator fighter, coming off a loss over King Green at UFC Fight Night, Royval versus Cop on December. And then you got Chase Hooper on the other side of the octagon. He's coming off a loss over Alexander Hernandez, the grade A, not fluffy, in August, the UFC 319 Chimaev versus Duplessis.
So both of these guys are coming off a loss. I mean, Hooper, I think, got knocked out.
Oh,
in
he
that
got
fight.
knocked out in the last second of the first round.
Shoot. So, I mean, it's a comeback fight for both of them. Both of them are both long, right?
Ooh.
They're both grapplers, I think, heavy grapplers.
Yeah.
And so it might be a striker's fight just because they're wrestling and grappling. It, like, cancels out each other.
Or it's going to be like the MVP fight.
Hope not. Hope not. Most of these guys don't fight like that. So, that's why you see that few and far between, right?
Yeah.
Who's before that fight?
Before that, Marcin Tybura is taking on Tyrell Fortune. And Tyrell Fortune is replacing Walter Walker because Walter Walker had some sort of injury and he will not be able to fight Marcin Tybura.
Hey, Marcin Tybura is never a fun guy to fight. He's a warrior. Heavy hands, great grappling.
Oof.
I don't know the Fortune guy very much, though.
He's stepping in on short notice from another organization.
Okay. I mean, he could earn himself a spot in the top 15 real fast.
No. Tybura is the number 10 in the division.
Wow, top 10. I stand corrected. Well, that's exciting. Big
10
fight.
versus not ranked.
Anybody else you want to highlight on the prelims before we jump into who the Wiz Kid is going to pick?
All right, we have a couple more prelims. Navajo Sterling is taking on Bruno Lopez.
Hey, big
Navajo
fight.
Sterling, undefeated, coming off some big wins. I mean, he's a bright star in the light heavyweight division.
And he's a New Zealander, right?
He's from kickboxing.
Trains with Adesanya,
Bruno,
main training
and
partner.
he's fighting Bruno Lopez, who's coming off a loss against Justin Jacoby at UFC Fight Night, Blanchfield versus Barber.
Okay, now I don't know this other guy.
He's a striker.
Striker as well?
Yeah.
So it should be a fun fight because both of them are strikers.
Yeah.
Now, City Kickboxing's been implementing a lot more wrestling in some of their fights.
Yeah, like Randall Parachick last week.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. Should be a fun fight.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Actually, we have one more fight I want to talk about. And that fight is a bantamweight bout between Ricky Simone and Adrian Yanez.
Ooh, wow. And they're kicking off the card with this. Maybe
That
the
fight
second
just
fight?
got announced this week.
Wow. Well, Adrian Yanez is a striker of all strikers, right?
Yeah.
Great boxing. Ricky Simone's a well-rounded guy. Who's Ricky Simone beat? He's had some big...
He's beat Fareed Basharat, Cameron Smotherman, Rob Dwalashvili.
What? Just the former champion of the world?
And probably, again, the reigning defending champion.
You think he gets it back?
Probably gets it back.
So you got Simone versus Adrian Yanez. I mean, Yanez is going to clearly strike. Simone's probably going to be trying to go for the grappling, right?
Yeah.
And he's got great explosive wrestling, but he's a striker, though, too. Like, he's fun to watch.
He's really fun to watch.
Who do you think's going to win that?
You asked me the question.
And I'm asking you to give it an answer. You know why? Because it's time for UFC Fight Picks by the MMA Wiz Kid.
Oh, why did you just say so, sweetie?
The fans are ready.
The fighters are ready.
Make some noise!
If you are
Are
ready.
you ready to do this?
I'm ready for this. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, first fight of the night, we got Alexia Dayanara versus Bruna Brazil.
I'm going with Alexia Dayanara.
Okay, I said her name wrong, and you said it right. So that means you're going to win.
Yay.
Next fight, we got Ricky Simone versus Adrian Yanez.
I'm going with Ricky Simone.
Ooh, Pretty Ricky. Is his nickname Pretty Ricky?
I don't know.
It seems like it should
He doesn't
be.
have a nickname.
Oh, okay. So just Ricky Simone, but that's who you think is going to get it done, huh? All right, next fight, Navajo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez.
I'm going with Navajo Sterling.
Ooh, Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez.
That's such a hard fight. I'm going to have to go with Gabriela Fernandez.
Okay, Tyrell Fortune in the heavyweights facing Marcin Tybura. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a pick'em fight with this new guy coming in to fight against Tybura. It's a minus 105 both ways.
I'm going to have to go with Tyrell Fortune.
Nope, really?
Yeah, I'm going with the new guy.
Wow, the new guy. Brody thinks is going to get it done. Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr.
I'm going with Chase Hooper.
Yeah? Do you think this is a finish on the
I think he's
ground,
going to get that
or-
guillotine.
You do?
Yeah, like he did against Vyashev Borishev.
Hey, he's done it before, and the Wiz Kid thinks he's going to do it again.
Yes, he is.
All right, and the main fight of the prelims, you got Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tofik Musayev.
I'm going with Ignacio Bahamondes.
Yeah, he's so long for the division.
Extendo grip.
I mean, he's fun to watch, too. All right, let's kick off the main card. We got Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson.
I'm going with Terrence T-Rex McKinney.
Ooh, you think T-Rex? That means he's going to get it done early. He doesn't go very long in fights.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it done in the first round.
Wow, big one. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusri Belgari.
It's Hiroshi Belgari, and I'm picking Mansour Abdul Malik.
Thank you for the correction, and I stand corrected. Lorian Douglas versus Julian Arosa at featherweight.
I'm going with Lorian Douglas.
Wow, you think this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. Has
I
he
didn't
fought
pick
in the UFC
No,
before?
no, I'm just going to pick him.
Wow, okay. Hey, don't pick him just because the Wiz Kid does, because he's just picking him. But here we go.
Do not use any of this advice for betting it.
Do not gamble, the Wiz Kid says, based on his picks. But you are pretty good at this. I mean, you're at like 80% with your picks. Like, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's pretty good. He knows his stuff. All right, top 3 fights on this card. We got Michael Chiesa, who's a minus 500 favorite over Nico Price.
I'm going with Michael Chiesa.
Yeah, you think he's going to get it done on his retirement fight?
Yeah, I think it's both of their retirement fights because I think Nico's going to retire too.
They're both going to retire together. All right, Macy Barber taking on Alexa Grasso.
I'm going with the rising contender, Macy Barber.
Wow. Think Macy's going to get it done?
She's going to get it done.
You
it might
think
be
Grasso's just kind of like washed up at this point? Like she's
yeah,
on
she
the
has
tail
nothing
end?
left. I mean, the Mexican fighters, there's nothing left.
Wow.
I mean, like, Moreno's not even in the top 10 anymore.
Man, that's too bad because they were all at the top at one point. You know? I mean, that whole entire gym, like Alexa
Like, Greer's
Grasso.
not even a star anymore.
Lopez trains with Alexa Grasso.
Yeah.
Right?
He was at the top of that, he just went down.
Man, that whole gym's having a tough one. So maybe
Yeah.
this is their start of their turnaround too, though. You don't think it is. But it could be. All right, main event. Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer.
Israel Adesanya!
You heard it here, folks. The MMA Wiz Kid himself has given you his picks. He's given you his knowledge, and now he's asking you to do one thing for him.
Please remember to like and subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on all our videos. We'll see you after the fights. God bless.